Have you ever just stopped and wondered about the invisible force that's running pretty much everything in our digital world? It's like this silent partner in every single device we own. So, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that ghost in the machine, software.
Seriously, think about it for a second. You tap an icon on your phone. Could be to send a text, play a game, whatever. And poof, it just works. But what is actually going on in that split second between your finger hitting the glass and the app magically appearing? It feels like magic for sure, but it's actually this incredible coordinated dance. And the secret to that whole dance? Well, it comes down to understanding that not all software is the same. At its core, there are really just two major types, and they have to work together perfectly every single time you pick up your phone or sit down at your computer. To make this all super clear, we're going to use a little analogy. I want you to imagine your device, your phone, your laptop, isn't a piece of technology at all. Instead, just picture it as a house. This simple idea, it's going to be our blueprint for figuring all this out. So let's start with the part of the house you almost never see, but you absolutely cannot live without. Right, every single house needs a solid foundation. It needs plumbing, it needs electrical wiring. It's all the boring, invisible stuff that, makes everything else possible. And that is our first type of software. This is what we call system software. Think of it like the master controller or the general manager of your entire device. Its job is to manage literally everything: the processor, the memory, the screen, the whole shebang. And this is where our house analogy really clicks into place. The system software is the foundation holding the whole thing up. It's the plumbing that makes sure all the data is flowing to the right places. And it's the electrical wiring that gives power to every single part of the device. And here's the key. You hardly ever notice it's there. It's designed to be the silent, tireless manager, just humming along in the background, making sure the lights turn on and the water runs. You just get to live in the house without ever worrying about how the infrastructure actually works. And you absolutely know these names, even if you don't think of them this way. Your operating system, yeah, I'm talking about Windows, Mac OS, iOS on your iPhone or Android. That is the most critical piece of system software you use. It's the master blueprint for your entire digital house. Okay, so if the system software is the foundation and the wiring, what about all the stuff we actually use inside the house? Well, that brings us to the second category. And this is application software, or as pretty much everyone on the planet calls them, apps. Every single one is built to do one specific thing for you, the user, whether it's writing an email, browsing the internet, or playing a game. So back in our house, the applications are all the things you put inside to make it your own. They're the furniture, the appliances, the decorations on the wall. They are the reason you want to be in the house in the first place. And unlike the system software that just comes with the house, the applications are your choice. You decide which web browser to use, which games to download, what music player you want. You are the interior decorator of your own digital home. Yeah, the examples here are just endless. Every single app on your phone, Instagram, Spotify, you name it, and every program on your computer, from Chrome to Microsoft Word, they are all application software. So we've got the house, and we've got the furniture. But one is pretty useless without the other, right? You can't just put a sofa in an empty field, and an empty house with no stuff in it isn't very helpful either. This is where the magic really happens, in their partnership. This table just lays it out so clearly. You have the system software, it's the manager, it's in the background, it's the foundation of the house. And then you have the application software. That's the stuff you actually touch and use to get things done, like your appliances. Totally different jobs, but completely dependent on one another. Okay, now that we have all this, let's circle all the way back to that very first question. What really happens when you tap an app icon? Let's walk through it. 1, your tap is a request. The app, or appliance, says to the house, hey, can I please turn on? 2, mediation. The system software, the house's electrical grid, checks to see if there's enough juice, enough memory, and processing power to go around. 3, allocation. If everything looks good, the system gives the app the power it needs. And 4, execution. Boom, the app appears on your screen, ready to go. It's this lightning-fast 4-step conversation that happens in the blink of an eye. So you might be thinking, okay, that's kind of neat, but so what? Why do I really need to know this?
Well, understanding this difference isn't just trivia. It's about being a smarter, more empowered user of the tech you rely on every day.
Because when you finally understand the blueprint, you're not just a tenant in your digital house anymore, you're the owner. You know how things are supposed to work, and that knowledge gives you way more control. And here's where it gets really practical. When you see a software update, you'll know. Am I reinforcing the foundation with a big system update, or am I just fixing a leaky faucet with a small app update? If something crashes, you can make a better guess. Is the problem with the house's wiring, or is it just a faulty toaster? And most importantly, you'll get why securing your system's software is so critical. Because it's the main gatekeeper, the front door to your entire digital home.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As our technology gets more and more integrated into our lives, almost invisible, think about our analogy, who will really be in control? Will it be the applications, the furniture that we choose to fill our lives with? Or will the ultimate power always belong to the system software, that unseen foundation that makes it all possible in the first place? Something to think about.